I don't know if you can see that car, but right there is an Uber dropping off Dixon Jones to my office. And he missed the turn. Backing up. See, he's going to back up now. Yeah, they're going to turn around and come into my office. Yep, there he is pulling up. And there he is stepping out of the car. Okay, I found him. He was running away.
I did. I'm very, very good. Very good.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming out.
Hey, it's a nice day for a drive.
Yeah, I guess. Especially if you're not driving, right?
Yeah, although the cab driver, well, obviously gave me 5 stars, but,
Yeah.
nearly died,
It's New York, so.
Yeah.
Here's a quick shout out to our sponsor, Blue Array Academy. SEO training for in-house or agency-side staff from UK's largest specialist SEO agency, Blue Array, who have now open sourced their expertise. The Blue Array team, including senior leadership, have directly contributed to the courses and is action-based so people can learn and implement from day one. The Blue Array Academy will give you or your team the skills needed to really excel at SEO, gain accredited certification, and ultimately deliver better ROI. Check them out at bluearrayacademy.com. That's bluearrayacademy.com. Thanks, Dixon, for coming out here. You
Hey.
traveled you come from London, right?
All the way from London. I came via Dallas, but yeah, no, so just.
So he flew from London to Dallas to here just to see
you, and then I'm on a plane again tonight. Yeah,
Yes.
It's the only thing I'm doing in New York.
And the crazy part is anybody who lives in New York, I'm based in Rockland County. He drove from JFK, not himself, but he took a bike. He drove from JFK and he came all the way from JFK to Rockland County, which is, if there's no traffic, it's like 50 minutes. But
Yeah, it was an hour and a bit.
yeah, during traffic, it's going to take you like an hour and a half to 2 hours to get back.
There you go.
So I appreciate you coming. Can you tell those who are watching this video who you are?
Yeah, hi, I'm Dixon Jones. I've been doing SEO since about 1998. I set up a limited company in 1999, and then started getting involved in technology side, Majestic.com, built up Majestic.com as the CMO there until a couple of years ago, and now I've stepped back. I'm still involved a little bit, and now started again with InLinks, which is a semantic SEO tool, which we might get around to.
Yeah, so for those who don't know Dixon, he probably is one of the most well-respected experts in links specifically. And I think a lot of people consider you the friend of the industry or friends of the industry because everybody loves you.
I've talked a lot, so basically, I blame it on the beers I've bought over the years.
Yes, and he has lots of years. Just let's talk about your history, about your years.
Yeah,
so I think you go back in terms of somewhat internet space with this company called Initiative Unlimited.
It was my first foray into. Well, actually, no. Initiative Unlimited was a murder mystery corporate hospitality company pre-internet.
Right.
But out of it, I was writing murder mystery evenings where everyone's at a party and everyone's a character in a murder mystery plot and stuff like that. And the internet came along, and I built a website and found people coming to my website from Ohio, and I thought I can't get my actors to Ohio. How do I do it? So I created a 70-page TIFF file and said, send me a check. You can download this on a 14K modem. And people sent checks. So that's how I got into search engine optimization, and then from there set up consultancy and started moving on. So, yeah.
So you would say your first foray into, I guess, it was before SEO, it was called SEO, but was 1999 or earlier, you think?
Yeah, no, well, so my first website was using FrontPage 95 or 90. No one could get 95 to work, so 97. FrontPage 97, which was, an awful piece of software for anybody that loved it, that loved, Dreamweaver.
Trust me, I remember it was where I'm like, my brother and I built Rusty Brick in like 94, and my brother's really technical. He was like, no real programmer uses FrontPage, even back then.
But the thing is that my first ever talk about SEO was to the FrontPage users group at the Microsoft offices in the UK. So that was.
But everybody was using it, and that's why you had to have that talk. So
and they didn't have a clue what they were doing. It was all built in frames, and they didn't even have iframes.
That was SEO back in the days. How to make FrontPage or those types of tools search engine friendly. Flash, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Flash has died officially, but let's move on. So from there, you started your murder mystery.
So having built the first website and then finding myself at a talk at the FrontPage users group, I set up I kind of optimized my own murder mystery site, and then what happened was I started thinking about doing this as consulting, and my wife was working for a subsidiary of Mohammed Al Fayed, actually, the guy that owned Harrods. And I found myself at a sort of Christmas party on the Thames, her company Christmas party, and they asked me to look at it was a block of short-term lets website, and sort of I kind of had a look with the general manager of the place there and showed him all the things that I thought were the main problems. And we spent about an hour there, and he just looked at me and said, "So can you fix it?"
Yeah.
And that was it. That was my start of my SEO career.
And that was Receptional, right?
Yeah, so Receptional, which is based in Bedfordshire where I live, we built that up to around about, I built it up to around about 20 odd people. It's a lot bigger now, but I'm not part of it anymore. And I ran that for quite a long time till you probably got the data there.
Years,
yeah, so 13 years. I wasn't actively involved all that time because I merged into Majestic over that time, or Majestic SEO as it was then. So there was a time when Majestic's biggest client was, Receptional's biggest client was Majestic, and that became so over-consuming that it took over my life. Really.
I remember seeing you in like 2 different booths at the same conference, one like a Receptional booth and a Majestic booth.
That's happened. Yeah, that happens. I've kind of lived a dual life most of my time.
So then you joined this company, Majestic, which is very well known for their link tools.
When I say joined, at the time it was Alex in his bedroom, and me, trying to help him from some way away,
right?
And then very quickly, a couple of other guys, Steve Pitchford was involved as well right at the start, and then a couple of other people, but it sort of grew from there. So, but ultimately, I heard of this new link tool that is sort of in beta, and I tried it, and I found it was the only one that wasn't using Yahoo Site Explorer, which is what everybody else in the industry was using at the time. And I thought, I know everybody in the world that wants this.
Interesting. And then for Majestic, I think you started a new company called InLinks.
Yeah, again, I think my secret to my success is make sure you've got a developer that's cleverer than you and owns more of the company than you. That's kind of my secret. So a guy called Fred Laurent, who's a French developer. He's also on W3C Council and well into semantic stuff. He approached me through DixonJones.com and asked if I'd be interested in partnering up with him, and that was great. Actually, I looked at what he's got, and it doesn't clash with Majestic because one's about internally linking your ideas and your concepts and developing an internal link graph, and then Majestic's much more about internal links and external links into your website. So that kind of worked well. France is not the greatest place to set up a business, so the UK is much more user-friendly to set up a business, so that was great. So I thought I could add a lot to that. So yeah.
So I was going to ask, so Majestic is cool with you doing this? So
yeah,
we're going to watch this.
Absolutely.
They're watching this video, and they're going to.
That's absolutely fine. No. I'm still very much I'm still a shareholder from Majestic for a start. So but I'm very much a fan of Majestic and what everything that they've been doing. My strength is trying to get something from nothing into something.
Right.
And that might as well play to your strengths really. And also after a decade of Majestic, maybe someone else might have a better idea of what to do next.
Well, you kind of officially left Majestic, or made an announcement years ago that you're leaving Majestic.
Yeah, we gave everybody in the industry a year's notice, so it's not as if I ran,
And then a month or two ago, you came out with this whole cool video about this new feature Majestic has around this.
Yeah, well, and they didn't even tell me they were building it because I have no day-to-day stuff, so they gave me about 2 weeks.
You're a competitor now. That's what.
No. It's because I'm rubbish at keeping a secret, and and they wanted to keep it, keep it a secret till it's, and that's, my job is to spill the beans, Yes. You know that. So but the new features was brilliant. They brought me up to the office. It's the first time all year I'd been into the office, and showed me the fact that they're now breaking down the web page and analysing not what pages you're getting links from, but where on the web page. So it's dividing it down into chunks, and there's a lot of research that suggests that that's what the reasonable surfer model might be doing to that's one way in which the reasonable surfer model might start working out link quality at scale.
So a link in a footer is less valuable than a link in body content.
Yeah, and also is it connected to a whole load of other links on the same section of the page, or is it in a block of text on it, with where it will stand out and and create meaning for the user. And is it an internal link? It is an external link. I don't know if that's relevant to Google's world, probably not, but it's certainly relevant to the data that you had before, because most of the times before we were all looking at links, from all these pages, whether we were using Majestic or any of the other link tools, but it wasn't really showing you anything particularly about those pages apart from a generic score.
Right.
Whereas if you can see that page has got a link profile with 100,000 other links on it, then probably not such a good page all of a sudden.
Right.
So that's changed the game, and I can only imagine what they're going to do with that information, because that's really building a powerful new set of tools that they could work with. So I think that if for anybody that thought Majestic, is kind of peaked, I think you may want to have a look again, because I think that they're going to really come on strong.
Well, I mean, there's lots of competition, so they got to keep stepping up the game.
Well, they've stuck to links, whereas most of the other competition has kind of gone broader in their offering, and of course, broader in their offering attracts more users.
Right.
But being able to focus on that one area has its advantages as well.
I find it funny because I know Google recently said that somebody asked, do I need these other tools to find my links and find out if I have penalties and so forth?
Yeah.
And Google said, no, you really only need Search Console.
Look at
links.
your own Search Console,
But if you compare like Search Console's link report, which is basically just a sample of whatever, of links, it'll export, to like something like Majestic has or the other tools, it's like night and day.
There's a couple of crazy things about that statement from Google. At first, it's 100,000 links you can maximum see in their system. So any site with millions of links, they can't see all the links. But also, that metric, that doesn't come back with any concept of quality. So it's just a list of links. So there's no physical way to look at that list and say this link is better than that link. You could go and have a look at those individual pages, but hey, wouldn't you like a computer, a system that crawls the internet and works that out for you? And I think that's two things. And then the third part of that is, of course, those tools only let you look at your own links. They don't look at your ecosystem, your competitors, and what everybody else in the world is doing.
Right.
So,
do you miss PageRank? I'm just curious.
I don't miss PageRank at all. I mean, I think that
with the PageRank updates, you sit by the computer.
I tell you what,
wait for the data refreshes.
The Google Dance. The Google Dance was the very first time you started having that heart attack moment when your clients were going to.
Oh my God! I had PageRank 7, now went down to 5 in my rankings. It was like a direct correlation to like your PageRank score updating. Success or failure.
Absolutely. But I think that the thing is, PageRank's still buried in the system.
Yeah.
So I think it's absolutely still there. It's just there's so much other stuff.
Yeah.
I think what I don't regret moving out of agency side is that waking up in the morning and waiting for the axe to fall on anything. After a certain amount of time, you've done 80% of the work for a client,
right.
And then it's a case of maintaining it. And then the only thing you can do now is go downhill. So I admire agencies and consultants and stuff like that, but. I was glad I moved into the technology.
And now you're doing it again. So
absolutely.
So with InLinks, how's InLinks a little bit different? Can you tell us what it does?
So InLinks is different because it's really moving. It's as far as I can see, it's one of the first tools that's really started working from the ground up semantically. So it's taken this new approach to search engine optimization, trying to steer away from keywords and more towards concepts. So what it does is it builds your knowledge graph of your own website. So it maps your own website in concepts. So any one page can talk about 20 different things that are directly related to entities in Wikipedia or whatever. Maps that out, and then we can, on the fly, build internal links to all of the pages so that you've got, if you've got a page on New York, then you can make sure that when you mention Manhattan, it picks that up as relative to the New York, and then put the links in and stuff. Not from a keyword perspective, although keywords are important, but from an entity concept perspective. And then also we write the schema for the pages as well, and then help to write new content or help to give you content briefs. The tool is, because it's the first tool really that's applying internal linking from an entity-based perspective, I think it's got a good future. I hope so. Anyway,
it's still beta, right?
It is, although it's public beta now. So you can go and buy it now, or you can use it free. It's free for your first 20 pages. InLinks.net. Thanks for the ad.
So you know, this is not a paid.
No. Well, it is now. You know, I'm gonna have to buy. I don't know.
Just send me some page ranker.
Yeah. Okay. So it's free for your first 20 pages, and then you can buy it. But I think everyone should know it's a very new tool, and we're kind of still trying to improve it and stuff. And we'll get better, you know.
It's
but it's going
times.
quite well.
It's exciting when you're like at the surface of what you could do.
Yeah.
And then it's just like limitless.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, we've tried it because Fred's French, so the majority of the testing was on French-based sites, and it was doubling the organic traffic. So on a couple of those. So, but it works much better with informational-rich sites, and not so great on pure commerce plays. So again, you know, it's the same old problem for commerce plays because they don't have content behind the product.
Right.
Always.
Cool. All right. So you've been in this community for a really long time. There's probably nobody. I speak to a lot of people. Everybody knows who you are. Everybody calls you a friend. I think
That's nice.
Oh, it depends. You know, hopefully it's nice though.
Yeah.
I know. I met with Mel. I guess you two are really good buddies, Mel Carson.
Yeah, Mel Carson and I went back a long time because I once did Look Smart. He used to work at Look Smart, and they called me in. I didn't know Mel at that time, but Look Smart called me in because they were having trouble getting to the top of their own directory for the phrase search engine optimization. So I can say I've done consulting for a search engine, and I said, well, just submit this to your editors, and their editors, you know, banned the listing for trying to manipulate their listings. I said, I think you've got.
There's so many good stories in this. I was meeting with somebody else, a link builder, a link buyer, who basically has a receipt from Google, who paid them for X months, like dozens of months for link buying.
Really?
Yeah. And I can't say who, but it was very, very interesting. And he has it like framed on his wall, like a PO, a purchase order from Google.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Although,
didn't Google ban the Japanese, Google Japan for buying their own links? Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes all over the place. Yeah. But you've been involved in the community for a long time. You started with Gym Worlds, I think, but Webmaster World was your I guess baby in terms of your community that you really stuck with for a long time.
Yeah, well, Brett, you know, Webmaster World I think was one where I kind of had the guts to actually start talking. Gym Tools and Gym World was, the internet was quite slow then, and you know, I was paying by the minute in the UK for my internet connection. You know, by Webmaster World it got a little bit quicker, and I could communicate faster. And I kind of chose the MSN, forum, which no one touched. I thought I want to be an admin, but
it's still pretty dead. So
and then as soon as I'd done that, Microsoft decided to change everything to Bing, and decided, right, who's influential in the community, and decided that I'm the admin of Webmaster World's MSN forum. So I got well and truly involved with Mel then, although we were already good friends by then.
And then he asked you, no, I don't know if he asked you, but basically he used to be the MC for the Search Awards, and now you took that over, right?
Well, he was actually brand ambassador for Majestic for a long while, but and before that we kind of worked together on conferences, just sort of. I was at his wedding before Majestic even started, actually. When he left Microsoft full time, the Majestic connection helped him to set up his own, now very successful PR stuff.
Yeah.
Then yes, he was doing the MCing for the US Search Awards for a few years, and he wanted to give that up anyway. And I was more than happy to jump in that. And getting involved with the guy, Don't Panic guys, has been great. Because I do know so many people, I can help work on, these people can make good judges and stuff. I've never judged myself, Sounds like really hard work.
I do that for the Search Engine Land Awards. It's a pain judging. It's
it's hard work.
It's hard work. But don't tell Mel I told you this, but you'll be a much better MC than he would be.
Okay, Mel, did you hear that? Well, I've already done one
better.
now, so so I've done the US ones now, so we'll know.
You did the US one in
PubCon. PubCon, so I did it.
I was hoping to be there and hand over the crown, which I no longer have. Because
it went to Bernard, didn't it?
In fact, so Mel did the US Search Awards, and he was standing like over here behind me. He took the picture, and basically you can see he took a picture of me with the audience, and this is when I won the US Search Awards. And he sent me this frame thing.
That's nice,
which is very nice of him to send.
I did nothing of the sort to Perna this year.
You still could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still time. So or Mel could do it because Mel's a nicer person. I'm just joking.
Yeah, no, he's nicer than me.
But that was very nice. Thank you, Mel, for doing that, and thanks for helping Dixon figure out what to do with Perna. So Perna's an amazing person, so it must have been really special for you to give her that award.
Oh, that was done by Melissa. So we did it so Melissa Fart was doing that, and she gave the whole picture.
Right.
So
I had to mail her the crown.
You did, yeah.
Because I couldn't it was on a Jewish holiday, and I couldn't. These Jewish holidays are.
And then they got another crown just in case. So
Oh, they did?
Yeah. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I mean, she didn't know it was happening, and they sort of flew her in, and got there.
You kind of always, you sometimes know, but you don't know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So when like 15 people tell you have to be at this event, even though they know you never go to these events.
Yeah, you kind of go.
Get an idea.
It's true.
But really, I just want to thank you for all the speaking you do, the sponsorships of the things you've done over the years, all the content you produce on your web and the tools you've made. And it's just amazing looking back at your history of what you've done for the community. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Barry. I have to say that there's always a programmer much cleverer than me behind it.
It doesn't make programmers need to be, you have the vision. So thank you for that. And how can people learn more about you? Where can they follow you?
So you can go to dixonjones.com and find the links there. It's Dixon with an X. Twitter is Dixon_Jones. The main website is now inlinks.net or majestic.com, whichever you like. I'm not hard to find, although unfortunately I have no entity because Dixon Jones is a set of architects in the UK, and that's really a point of pain for me. That Google thinks.
It could be worse. I mean, Danny Sullivan has a famous race car driver.
Yeah. Schwartz
is a famous professor that spoke at Google in front of hundreds of thousands of people.
But then they just see that and say, well, that must be Barry,
Yeah, he's about probably 70 now, so he has a few years on me. But anyway, thank you so much for this, and I appreciate it.
That's great.
All right, Dick, so let me help you with the bags.
Which
bag can I take?
Well, all right, take that one, it's heavy.
Sorry, thanks. Especially when carrying you. So that's Dixon, someone I've known for a fairly long time. Great guy, people love him in the industry. He is really a link expert beyond. Glad he made it out here. He's headed back to JFK now, and then to London, where he's based. So wishing him well, and thank you, Dixon, for doing this. We all appreciate it.